The canal has existed in one form or the other since construction started under the reign of Senausret III, Pharao of Egypt 1887 to 1849 BC. Many kings who ruled later kept improving and expanding this canal. Construction picked up pace around 300 years back as maritime trade between Europe and Asia became crucial for many economies. In 1799, Napoleon's efforts to build a proper canal were brought to an end due to an inaccuracy in the measurements. In the mid-1800s, French diplomat and engineer Ferdinand de Lesseps convinced the Egyptian viceroy Said Pasha to support the canal's construction. In 1858, the Universal Suez Ship Canal Company was tasked to construct and operate the canal for 99 years, after which rights would be handed to the Egyptian government. Despite facing multiple problems ranging from financial difficulties and attempts by the British and Turks to halt construction, the canal was opened for international navigation in 1869. The French and British held most of the shares in the canal company. The British used their position to sustain their maritime and colonial interests by maintaining a defensive force along the Suez Canal zone, as part of a 1936 treaty. In 1954, facing pressure from Egyptian nationalists, the two countries signed a 7-year treaty that led to the withdrawal of British troops. In 1956, Egyptian President Abd el-Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal to pay for the construction of a dam on the Nile. This led to the Suez Crisis, with UK, France and Israel mounting an attack on Egypt. The conflict ended in 1957 after the United Nations got involved, and was followed by the first instance of the UN peacekeeping forces being deployed anywhere in the world. Even as the occupying forces withdrew their troops, the UN forces were stationed at Sinai to maintain peace between Egypt and Israel. In 1967, Nasser ordered the peacekeeping forces out of Sinai, leading to a new conflict between the two countries. Israelis occupied Sinai and in response, Egypt closed the canal to all shipping. The closure lasted until 1975, when the two countries signed a disengagement accord. The canal was the focal point of the Arab-Israeli War of 1973, with the Arab coalition led by Egypt and Syria. The canal continues to be the lifeline for all trade between the West and East, as 10% of the global trade passes through it every year. The average 50 ships that pass through it daily carry about $9.5 billion worth of goods, every day. The freight and cargo include everything from crude oil to perishables. On March 23, due to weather obstructions, a giant container ship, MV Ever Given, en route from China to the Netherlands, ended up getting stuck in one of the canal's narrow stretches, thus blocking all traffic. Over 200 ships are stuck on both sides of the canal, putting stress on global supply chains. The long-term impacts of this block will depend on how long it lasts, but some countries have already seen a rise in oil prices after the blockage. The incident also raises questions about finding solutions to prevent future accidents and reducing the global dependence on this narrow waterway.
French and British owned the concessionary company which operated it until July 1956, when President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized it, an event which led to the Suez Crisis of October-November 1956. The canal is operated and maintained by the state-owned Suez Canal Authority (SCA) of Egypt. Under the Convention of Constantinople, it may be used in time of war as in time of peace, by every vessel of commerce or of war, without distinction of flag. Nevertheless, the canal has played an important military strategic role as a naval shortcut and choke point. Navies with coastlines and bases on both the Mediterranean and Red Seas, Egypt and Israel, have a particular interest in the Suez Canal. In August 2014, the Egyptian government launched construction to expand and widen the Bala bypass for 35 kilometers 22 miles, to speed the canal's transit time. The expansion intended to nearly double the capacity of the Suez Canal, from 49 to 97 ships per day. At a cost of 4 billion Egyptian pounds $9 billion, this project was funded with interest-bearing investment certificates issued exclusively to Egyptian entities and individuals. The new Suez Canal, as the expansion was dubbed, was opened with great fanfare in a ceremony on August 6, 2015. On February 24, 2016, the Suez Canal Authority officially opened a new side channel. This side channel, located at the northern side of the east extension of the Suez Canal, serves the east terminal for berthing and unberthing vessels from the terminal. As the east container terminal is located on the canal itself, before the construction of the new side channel it was not possible to berth or unberth vessels at the terminal while a convoy was running. On March 23, 2021, at around 0540 UTC 0740 local time, the Suez Canal was blocked in both directions by the ultra-large Golden-class container ship Ever Given. The ship was en route from China to the Netherlands and is reported to have ran aground after a strong gust of wind blew her off course. Upon running aground, The ship turned sideways, blocking the canal entirely. 30 hours after the incident, the canal remains blocked.